Okay, guys, let's discuss the next topic, nuclear energy. Before we are going to study about this one, all of you guys just revise your concept about the binding energy per nuclear in the from the previous session. Okay, मतलब आपको अगर न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी पे जाने से पहले बाइंडिंग एनर्जी पर न्यूक्लियर का जो टॉपिक्स है वो क्लियर करना है, उसके बाद ही इसको देखना है. ठीक है. सो इन दिस सेशन if you consider this nuclear energy, then we have two types of nuclear reaction. One is fission and one is fusion. Okay, so let's go through this one. Types of nuclear reaction. Types of nuclear reactions. So we have two types of nuclear reaction. First one is called a fission and second one is called a fusion. Let's see. First one is a fission reaction and second one is called a fusion reaction. We discuss about this both the types of reaction in detail. Okay, before we are discuss about the fission and fusion reaction, let's we understand the graph of EBN versus A. If you consider the EBN versus A graph, all of you guys see it properly. EBN versus A graph. Then in this reaction, in this graph, we discuss means we are drawing this graph like this. This is the light nucleus. This section is represents a light nuclei. This section is represents a middle nuclei and this one is heavy nuclei. As we discussed in a theory session of EBN versus A graph, heavy nuclei. So from this graph, what we understand actually? We understand this one, the light nuclei having lower binding energy per nuclear compared with a middle nuclei, and heavy nuclei also lower binding energy per nucleon with respect to middle nuclei. So middle nuclei having a largest, see, middle nuclei having a largest binding energy per nucleon like this. So what is the fission reaction? So let us discuss about the fission reaction first. First one, so if any heavy nuclei is transformed into middle nuclei, any heavy nuclei is transformed into middle nuclei, then the energy will be released. So this type of reaction is called a fission reaction. अगर कोई हैवी न्यूक्लिय मिडल न्यूक्लिय में ट्रांसफॉर्म होता है तो इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? फिशन रिएक्शन. सो लेट्स वी राइट द सिंपल थिंग, एनी हैवी न्यूक्लियस ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू मिडल nucleus, then energy will be released. Energy will be released. This type of process is called a fission reaction. For an example, all of you guys just consider the simple thing. Suppose any nuclei X, it's 220. Consider any nuclei X with the atomic mass 220, it's converted into, or 240, consider it is a 240 converted into Y120 plus Y120. So that is a heavy nuclei converted into middle weight nuclei. So some energy will be released. Why this energy is released? Because as we consider, when the heavy nuclei is transformed into middle nuclei, binding energy is increasing and the rest mass energy decreases. From here to here, binding energy increases and rest mass energy decreases. So in this reaction, from here to here, when it is transformed, so binding energy per nucleon increases, binding energy per nucleon increases and rest mass energy decreases. So when binding energy per nucleon increases and rest mass energy decreases, so difference in this energy is released during the process, and this process is called this energy during this one some energy is released, and this process is called a fission reaction. This process is called a fission reaction. Okay, so if you consider the fission reaction, then this is called a parent nuclei and this is called a daughter nuclei. So from this parent to daughter nuclei, now we change its name. This is called a fragments. This is called a fragments. Okay, so this both are fragments right now. This is the just a terminology we have to use here. So what we call it is fragments. So when any heavy nuclei is transformed into the middle nuclei, and some fragments are created and some energy will be released in this reaction, and that is the reason from the binding energy curve, from the binding energy EBN versus A curve, heavy to middle energy, binding energy increases, rest mass energy decreases, and difference in this energy is released here. Okay, so we have to find this also, how much this energy is released in a next session. But this is the fission reaction, and we have a two radioactive reaction in this case. One is artificial and one is natural. If any substance is you consider, first one is the natural radioactive decay and second one is the artificial radioactive decay. Here the two cases are possible. Any heavy nuclei, generally most of heavy nuclei are unstable. If you consider any heavy nuclei which is already unstable, okay, then any unstable nuclei decayed alpha or beta or gamma, you must be considered. Any unstable nuclei decayed alpha, beta, gamma naturally, automatically. Okay, then this type of radioactive decay called natural radioactive decay. But here the fragments are created, means this nuclei is converted into generally equal mass fragment. Here whatever in a natural one, the difference in mass is much lower. इफ यू कंसिडर सी, आप नेचुरल रेडियोएक्टिव डीके कंसिडर करते हो तो यहाँ पे जो न्यूक्लियस बनता है, मतलब डॉटर न्यूक्लियस बनता है, उसका मास है और पेरेंट्स के जितने होता है, थोड़ा ऐसा ही डिफरेंस होता है. लेकिन यहाँ पे कितना डिफरेंस देखो, 240 से डायरेक्ट कितना हो गया 120. ठीक है, तो फ्रेगमेंट्स बनता है तब ये होता है, व्हेन द फ्रेगमेंट्स इज क्रिएटेड, दिस टाइप ऑफ सिचुएशन ओके. सो दिस इज अ आर्टिफिशियल रेडियोएक्टिव डीके. This one is called artificial radioactive decay. In this session we have to discuss about this only. So in natural radioactive decay, what happen? In natural radioactive decay, any unstable heavy nuclei, unstable heavy nuclei is radiates alpha, beta or gamma. It radiates alpha, beta or gamma and just try to transform into stable nuclei naturally. Okay, so this is called a natural radioactive. But here in artificial radioactive decay, we just bombarding some particle, nuclear reaction particle on this one, and then it's transformed into fragments. On this parent nuclei we bombard some particles. Which type of particle? Proton, neutron, alpha. So by bombarding, this is the artificial. So by bombarding of nuclear particles, like neutron, proton, alpha, etc. this type of particle on a parent nuclei, on a parent nuclei, on a parent nuclei, and it transform into fragments, this type of process, this type of radioactive decay, we call it is artificial radioactive decay. See, this both are different, and in this session we only discuss about the artificial radioactive decay. We already discussed about the natural radioactive decay, in which any heavy unstable nuclei is emitted alpha, beta or gamma. But here the fragments are created, also alpha, beta, gamma also created, some energy will be released, everything is this all this type of cases is happened here. Means ऐसा सब कुछ जो भी प्रोसेस है उसमें अल्फा भी आता है, बीटा भी आता है, एनर्जी भी आता है, सब कुछ आता है, लेकिन ऐसे ही नहीं होता है। इस पे हमको क्या करना पड़ता है, बॉम्बार्डिंग ऑफ न्यूक्लियर पार्टिकल्स, मीन्स पेरेंट न्यूक्लियर के साथ कोई अल्फा पार्टिकल्स है, बीटा पार्टिकल सॉरी अल्फा या फिर प्रोटॉन या न्यूट्रॉन है, उसको बॉम्बार्ड करते हैं, उससे न्यूक्लियो मिडल न्यूक्लियो में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है और एनर्जी रिलीज होती है। तो इस तरह का आर्टिफिशियल रेडियोएक्टिव डीके प्रोसेस है, हम फिशन में स्टडीज करने वाले हो, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द बेसिक स्टडी अबाउट द फिशन रिएक्शन। नाउ लेट्स कम टू द सेकंड वन, फ्यूजन रिएक्शन। Fusion reaction. Again, we already discussed about the fusion reaction in the energy binding energy per nucleon session. Okay, what is fusion? Exactly opposite of this one. Here, heavy nucleus is transformed into middle nuclei. So in this case, middle nuclei, sorry, light nuclei. Here, light nuclei transform into middle nuclei and energy released. This type of process is called a fusion reaction. So when any two light nuclei are combined with each other and its form a middle nuclei, means two light nuclei are combined each other, it transform into the middle nuclei, then some energy is released. Why? See, if you consider the light nuclei, its binding energy is smaller. When it's transformed into middle nuclei, binding energy EBN, binding energy per nucleon, is higher. Then here we can say that there is some bind EBN is increases, so rest mass energy again decreases. So this type of process is in this type of process some energy will be released. We call it is fusion reaction. Fuse, you remember like this, fuse means combine with each other. For an example, if you consider, suppose x plus y is transformed into z, x and y transform into z. Let's we write some data here, x 3 and 5 and plus 10 and 4, like this. See, so 5 3s are 15, 10 4s are 40, so 40 plus 15, 40 plus 15, 55. So some new nuclei is formed here. What is the atomic mass? 55. So two light nuclei 3 and 4 are the x and y are combined with each other and new nuclei is formed 55. So in this case some energy will be released. So this type of process is called a fusion process. Why? Because when it is transformed, so in this reaction EBN increases and rest mass energy decreases, and rest mass energy decreases, and difference of this energy is again released here. We just also count this one in a next session. Okay, don't worry about this. But EBN is increases, rest mass energy is decreases. So in this case, again some energy is released, and this is called a fusion reaction. So in case of fission reaction or the fusion reaction, in the both case energy will be released. Okay, so that is some basic information about the fission reaction. That is some basic information about the fusion reaction. So what is the definition of fission? What is the definition of fission? When any heavy unstable nuclei is transformed into the middle nuclei, then there is some energy will be released. This type of process is called a fission reaction. Clear? And any two light nuclei are just recombine with each other and it form a middle nuclei, then again some energy will be released. This type of process is called a fusion reaction. So all of you guys must be note this both the things in your books properly. Then after we are just going to the next study of next session of the fission reaction. Okay, all of you guys note it. Okay guys, let us discuss about the fission reaction. So as we discussed in the last session, if we consider the fission reaction, then in this case artificial nuclear reaction is possible. Okay, any heavy nuclei is bombarded with some particles, maybe neutron, maybe proton, maybe alpha particle, and then after nuclear reaction will be starts. So let us write something here for more understanding. Suppose you have any heavy nuclei, you consider any heavy nuclei. So this is the any heavy nucleus. Now some particle is bombarded on this, means some particle is collide with some speed with this heavy nuclei, and then after nuclear reaction process start. But the case is what, which particle is more suitable here? Neutron, proton, alpha, which particle is more suitable to start the reaction? Okay, in which the loss of energy is minimum. If we consider any particle, so the nuclear reaction will be starts. There is no problem actually. But if we consider this particle is decide the properly this particle, then there is a loss of energy is minimum. So this particle is choose as a neutron. Why we choose the neutron? This particle is which one? 0 and 1. Now the case is what? Why we are choose the neutron? Okay, if we are choose the neutron here, neutron is a chargeless particle. So when this particle is moving towards the heavy nucleus, and this particle is moving towards the heavy nucleus, then there is no any electrostatic repulsive force. Okay, because it is chargeless particle. Neutron is what? Chargeless particle. Neutron is chargeless particle. So due to this chargeless particle, there is no any repulsive force. So this neutron is moving with the same speed. There is no loss of energy. Because of this, repulsive force is equal to 0 on a neutron by the heavy nucleus. So this is the reason. This is the reason why we choose this particle as a neutron. Okay, so generally in the every nuclear processes, every nuclear fission processes, nuclear fission reactions, neutrons are used as a bombarding particle. Neutrons is used as a bombarding particle. Let's write some nuclear reaction. All of you guys, let us write some nuclear reaction. See, suppose you consider that is neutron. That is what? 0 and 1. Neutron. It's moving with some speed and it's a collide with the U-235, uranium-235. Now this both are combined because it's this bombarded neutron is collide with the uranium particle, and due to the chargeless particle, this is directly collide with this one. So when this both are collide, is uranium is become excited. When the neutron is collide with the uranium, then uranium is excited here. So thus is becomes excited states. So 0, this is 92, 0, 92, 92. 1 plus 2 35, so that is 236, and that is excited states of the uranium. And this excited state, due to this excited states, nuclear processes starts. Okay, now this uranium is break into the some different fragments. This uranium is break into the some different fragment. Let us write down some nuclear reaction, possible nuclear reactions here. As given in a textbook, the number of processes are given. Let's say I am writing from the textbook, then after we just discuss how to remember this. Okay, so write this process. So when this both are combined together, it's form a 236 uranium nuclei, and it is transformed into 56 Ba 144 plus 36 Kr 89 plus 3 neutron. See, there is a number of nuclear reactions are possible. Out of this, I am just write some of those examples. Second example, second possible nuclear reaction is which one? It is also given in the textbook. So 51 Sb 133 plus 41 Nb 99 plus 4 neutron. Another possible reaction is, actually I am write only the 3 reactions which is given in textbook, otherwise number of reactions are possible here, don't worry about it. Okay, let's write the third one. 54 Xe 140 plus 38 94 Sr plus 2 neutron. So this type of 3 processes are given here. Maybe this one transform into this two fragment, this is transformed into this two fragment, this one is transformed into this two fragments. So these are the fragments: Ba, Kr, Sb, Nb, Xe, Sr. This all are the fragments, and some particles will be released. Now these are also in unstable state. These fragments are also in unstable state. Then they are again emitting a beta or alpha particle, and then finally they are becoming a stable. Okay, so these intermediate fragments are also in unstable states. All of you guys note this. These fragments are also in unstable state. These fragments are in unstable states. So these fragments are releasing the beta plus, beta minus, neutrino, antineutrino, gamma rays. This all the type of natural radioactive decay are possible with this unstable state, and finally they are just becomes a stable. But this is the first artificial nuclear reaction. See, bombarding of neutron with this one. Okay, this is the very large, this type of processes. How we remember this? Then there is a very small hint for all of us. There is a very small hint for all of us. Let's write the one small hint to remember this. So this hint is like this: Becquerel. See, Becquerel subnub Jastrow. See, now it is quite easy to remember. Becquerel subnub Jastrow. Becquerel subnub Jastrow. Ba means Ba. Cre means you are just consider Kr. Subnub Sb, Nb, Sb, Nb. Jastrow Xe, Sr. 144, 133, 140. 144 only we write for first one only. So 144, 133, 140. 144, 133, 140, and the finally 342. 342. So see, remaining this 89, 99 and 94, you are just find by balance the reaction. Total summation is required to 236, and this is the number of neutron, 342. So Becquerel subnumber Jastrow, Becquerel subnumber, you just like speaking in a musical sense, okay? Becquerel subnumber Jastrow, Becquerel subnumber Jastrow, Becquerel subnumber Jastrow, and finally 144, 133, 140, 144, 133, 140, and 342. Like this, you just written in this way. So this is the some fission reaction which is possible with the uranium 235. With the uranium 235 during a one fission reaction, during a one fission process, how much energy will be released? 200 MeV energy will be released. 200 energy MeV is okay. So in a one fission of uranium 235, in a one fission of uranium 235, 200 MeV energy will be released. So all of you guys note this properly. You must be remember this. It is helpful to solve out the problem, because in a problem this data does not given, like a density of water not given in a problem statement. Similarly, fission energy of uranium does not given in a problem. If uranium is given in a one fission of uranium 235, how much energy will be released? Here I am just forget it, but energy okay. So this energy is how much in a one fission of uranium 235? That's a 200 MeV energy will be released. So you must be remember. One example is given in our textbook. Let us discuss some example. One example it is given in our textbook. So let us discuss only textbook example for more understanding. Okay. So let us write down some data. So 240 A is equal to 240 is transformed into two fragments of 120. Let us discuss in the next pages. All of you guys note this, okay? And this is the small hint to remember this relation. That is a small hint to remember the relation. Shortcut. So remember this both one. BA KR, SB and B, XC SR, and how much its atomic mass? For BA 144, for SB 133, for NB 140. In first process 3 neutron, in second process 4 neutron, in third process 2 neutron. Okay, and the remaining one is balanced by all of you, by yourself. Let us discuss one example which is given in our textbook. Example for this, how much energy will be released. So example is given for let's say here the writing, the one nuclei having a is equal to 240 breaking into the two fragments having a is equal to 120. So you have a one substance, you have a one substance having a is equal to what? 240 is transformed into the two fragments. Is transformed into the two fragments. First one is what? A is equal to 120. In second one is also A is equal to 120. So in this process, how much energy will be released? How much energy will be released? So from the EBN versus A graph, some data are known for this one. So for this heavy nuclei, EBN is equal to 7.6 MeV. EBN is equal to 7.6 MeV. For this middle nuclei, EBN is equal to 8.5 MeV. EBN is equal to what? 8.5 MeV. This is given in a textbook, so don't worry about it, but you must be remember this both one. For A is equal to 240. How much EBN? 7.6 MeV. For A is equal to 120. What is EBN? 8.5 MeV. So how much energy is released if we consider simply in this process? Then what is the delta E between these two? Okay, so EBN heavy nuclei, EBN medial nuclei. So what is delta E per nucleon? Delta E per nucleon. Again, you must be remember per nucleon. How many nucleons we have? We have total 240 nucleon. So let's find difference in energy per nucleon. Find difference in energy per nucleon. So delta E Bn. So 8.5 minus 7.6. So 8 minus 7, 1, and 5 minus 0.6. 0.5 minus 0.1, 1 minus 0.1, so 0.9 MeV. So this much of energy will be released per nucleon. How many nucleons we have? 240. So what is total energy will be released in this nuclear reaction? So total energy released in the nuclear reaction, total energy will be released in nuclear reaction. How much? So we have total A is equal to 240. So E is equal to A into delta EBN. So A is equal to 240 multiplied by 0.9. So it is equal to 24 multiplied by 9. So 9 4s are 36. 9 4s are 36. So total energy is what? 6 and 3. 9 2s are 18. 18 plus 3. So 9 21. So 21. So total 216 MeV energy will be released if A is equal to 240. Break into this one. Here the uranium is break into some different substances like this, different fragments like this. Then this much of energy will be released. 200 MeV means larger one. And that is a similar type of example which is discussed in our textbook. So all of you guys must be note this. Then after we are just coming to the further studies. Pause your screen, and not only this one. Okay, not this one. All of you guys note this. Okay guys, let us discuss if in a one fission of uranium 200 MeV energy will be released, then how it shared between this all the particle, between this all the fragments and neutron and everything. Okay, how this is shared between this all. So let us write some relation like this. So first we have a uranium. First we have this uranium. It's some fragments like this. So you consider that is a uranium 236 in excited state. When the neutron is bombarded on this one, it's the intermediate states is excited states. Now it is converted into two fragments and some neutrons. Two fragments and maybe 3 neutrons, maybe 4 neutrons, maybe 2 neutrons. So it's converted into this is first fragment, this is first fragment, second fragment plus neutrons. Okay, now let us discuss how this 200 MeV energy is shared between this. So most of the part of energy is just shared between these two only. Most of, and these both are unstable. These both are what? Unstable. Maybe one is unstable, one not, but maybe these both are unstable. So unstable nuclei, and these are called a fragments. So between these two fragments, most of the up to the 80 to 85% of energy shared between them. How much? Out of total 100% of energy, out of total 100% of energy, how much 100%? 2 MeV. Up to 80 to 85% of energy is shared between these two fragments, up to 170 to 180 MeV. This much of energy is shared between them. Between which of these fragments? Now these fragments are unstable, so it produces the beta, neutrino, antineutrino, gamma. So this one are just produces this one, emitted maybe beta particle, neutrino or antineutrino particle, maybe emits the gamma particle, gamma rays. So these all are emitted after this reaction. So some of this energy is just shared with this one. So 80 to 85% is this one. This is approximately 10% of 10 to 15 actually 10 to 15, approximately 10 to 15% of energy shared between this wall, beta particle, neutrino, antineutrino, gamma rays, this wall. Okay, so if you count this, 170 to 180 is already used, approximately 15 to 20 MeV energy shared between this all. Okay, and finally remaining is what? Neutrons. Maybe 3 neutrons, 2 neutrons, 4 neutrons. So with this, between this neutron remaining approximately 3 to 5% of energy. If you consider 3 to 5% of energy, then it is approximately 5 MeV. Approximately 5 MeV energy is shared between the 2 neutrons, maybe 3 neutrons, maybe 4 neutrons, like this. Okay, now see, neutrons are moving. That's this energy is in terms of kinetic energy. This energy is in the form of kinetic energy. This beta also moving, gamma is just radiation, and neutron also moving. So this energy also in the form of kinetic energy. So this both energy are in the form of kinetic energy. This both energy 5 MeV and this one are this energy in the form of kinetic energy of particles, or radiation energy of the gamma, But what about this energy? Because most of the part is going into this one. Then how this energy is shared between these two? So see, when this reaction starts, we have not only one nucleus, we have a bulk mass of this uranium. If we are start this process, we have a bulk mass of this uranium. So this both the fragments are inside the bulk mass. For an example, how we understand this? Consider it is a bulk mass of uranium. It is a bulk mass of uranium in which the fragments 1 and fragments 2 are produced. This fragments 1 and fragment 2 are produced inside the bulk mass of uranium. So they are instantly comes to rest after producing. After producing of this both the fragments, they are instantly comes to rest. So we can say that this fragments are instantly comes to rest in bulk mass of uranium. So after producing, they are try to move in any direction, but due to this they are directly comes to rest, instantly comes to rest. So all energy which is in the form of kinetic energy is instantly comes to rest, means all kinetic energy is converted into heat. So this all energy, due to this reason, fragments are instantly comes to rest in the bulk mass of uranium. So this all energy converted into heat. 170 to 180 MeV energy is converted into heat during this due to this reason. So this energy is converted into heat. and this heat is must be required here to producing the electricity in a nuclear power plant. Okay, if what is the main fundament, main energy, main source of electricity in a nuclear power plant? So due to this during this reaction, during the nuclear reaction, these fragments are instantly comes to rest. So most of this energy is shared between these two fragments, 170 to 180 MeV out of 200 MeV. So this all energy is converted into heat, and this heat is useful to produce a steam, and this steam is useful to produce electricity in a nuclear power plant. Okay, in the next session we discuss about this one. Okay, about a nuclear power plant in a next session. But how you must be remember how this how the nuclear power plant is work, and how this electricity is produced. This electricity is produced because of this energy is converted into heat. So heat is useful to produce a steam from the water, and then after finally this steam is useful to produce electricity. Okay, so this is some extra notes for all of you guys. This full terms is notes for all of you guys must be you must be remember this because it is given in a textbook, and I am just copied this all this reaction processes from the textbook. But how you remember this one? By this method, one shortcut method you must be remember. And this one, how this 200 MeV energy is shared between this whole particle. So this is the some sharing process. All of you guys note this, sometimes maybe it is useful to all of you. Okay, now note it in your books, then after we are going to the next session.